A California newspaper the target of protests and vandalism after publishing this headline on January 3rd. But the Santa Barbara News Press standing its ground despite an uproar over the term illegals, following up that headline with another controversial front-page story on January 16th. Scott Steepleton wrote the most recent article. He's the city editor at the Santa Barbara News Press, and he joins us now from California. Thanks so much for coming on this morning. I appreciate it, Scott. So,
you bet, Tucker. Good morning.
Tell us what you did to incite the fury, these protests, the vandalism. What exactly was your crime?
Well, we actually used an appropriate term for people who are here in this country illegally by calling them illegals.
So here's the actual headline. I'm going to read it. Illegals line up for driver's licenses. And then you had a follow-up story. Driving legal doors opens door to illegals past. So this is in response to the state of California's decision to give driver's licenses to illegals. So your view is you were just using the correct term to describe the people involved in the story.
Well, I don't know if it was all the people involved in the story, but the state of California is granting the driving privilege to people who are in the United States illegally.
Right.
And so we were using a correct term for people who are here illegally, a term that we've used for probably about 10 years at least.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a literally accurate term, and yet paper after paper across the country has stopped using it in the face of protests. Why have you decided to keep using it?
Well, we don't believe in capitulating to people who are going to tell us how to run our newspaper. We don't ask people to what we should write beforehand, and we're not going to ask people what we should write beforehand going forward.
That's kind of a succinct summation of freedom of the press, is it not?
I hope it's the only summation of freedom of the press.
So why aren't other editors taking a stand? Why have they been cowed?
Well, I think cow is the word. When you have people at your front door demanding you do something, banging drums, having loud protests, turning the American flag upside down as if they're in distress over something you've done, that can be pretty intimidating to people. And I think that a lot of people have simply kowtowed to a vocal part of the public.
But as you point out, I mean, I think the implication of what you're saying is this is more than just a public relations matter, or more than just getting people to calm down and go away. There's a really important principle at the heart of this.
There's a lot of principles. There's state privilege versus federal law. There is the freedom of the press. We're a private business. People coming and telling us how to do our business would be like people going to Coca-Cola and saying, hey, you should make Pepsi or you should make 7-Up. We are a private business in the United States of America, in the state of California, and we are choosing to run ourselves the way that we see fit.
But how long before that changes? I mean, the federal government tells people who to hire, who not to fire. I mean, it makes all kinds of limits on people's behavior. How long before someone in the California Assembly decides the term illegal is hate speech and tries to ban you from using it?
Well, I don't think that anybody will be able to ban us from using anything. We have shown over the years that we will fight for what the Santa Barbara News Press believes is right. And I think the fact that people across the country have subscribed to our newspaper online through our website at newspress.com after this thing has erupted shows that we are touching a nerve across this country that people are sick and tired of a lawlessness everywhere in the United States.
Boy, I hope our readers understand just what a brave and tough and, I think, important thing it is that you are doing. I really do. So few people are doing it. And so God bless you for standing up. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Scott Steepleton, thanks.